Hey everyone, the English live stream just happened, and I think the main takeaway from the live stream is dates, right? We got a lot of the information that we already got for like the anime, etc. into English. So if you want to see the full English kind of translations on what's going on in the anime, you can go check that out on the live stream. I'm not really going to go into that. What I'm going to be talking about is the dates of certain key things happening, which are going to lead to other more important things that will be quite interesting. And then the other big takeaway from the stream was events. So those are the two things I'm going to focus on, but they're pretty significant, right? So first off, let's talk about the Fighters Rule update. I'm pretty sure when they made this slide, they wanted to give us a heart attack because the date that the effectiveness of this premium restriction, the most important one we're probably seeing in a very long time, is February 2nd. So if your eyes kind of work properly, you'd be reading this going effective from February and go, damn. Worlds is in Feb. Is this gonna be legal? Is Mator gonna be legal for Worlds? Feb 2, but Worlds is on Feb 3, so just in time for Worlds. So I feel it's quite cheeky, right? But the key thing is, this Mator thing is not allowed at Worlds. Sorry, not Words. It's still at Words. But if you want to see why this deck is so broken, yeah, go check out the video that I made on how this pretty much ruined an entire format of Premium, right? The next state we need to want to make careful of, or be careful of, or take notice of, is the deck size change. These are happening on January 19th, so the same date as JP. This means that I might have mentioned this before, like when speculating on things. These changes for Standard are legal for Worlds. We're going to be playing with 50-card decks at Worlds, so in terms of, what you might expect coming out of BT13, expect more? Expect more, right? That's correct. It's not going to be what you think it's going to be, right? It's going to be a bit different from all the Japanese results you've seen before, because there's at least going to be 4 more cards in your deck, and our format is different. Cool. So this is definitely interesting. It'll be quite cool to see what kind of changes the Standard players are going to bring, right? The other change is also going to be the going first change, which is also happening on January 19. So if you win the die roll or rock pace or whatever, right, you get to choose whether you want to go first, second, and that's applying across all formats. So big news, right? Big news, pretty crazy. Next is some of the release dates that's coming out. So product news, well, there's not really that many dates. It's just the startup trial decks, April 19. I think we already know this. It's just a very long time away. Boost Spec 1 and 2 are still not announced, so that's kind of sad. And then next we have is the Springfest tournament. They started talking about, as you can see from the little picture here, we have Vanguard, Weiss, and Shadowverse Evolve. So Shadowverse Evolve is something going to fit into the tournament. But the big news from this is one of the formats we're going to get is the Tri-Regulation Team Tournament. So what's going to happen is we're going to have a standard team tournament where everyone plays standard. And then, likely on the other day, we're going to get the Tri-Regulation one, where everyone plays a different format on the team. So you're going to have one player playing Standard, one player playing V, and the other player playing Premium, right? And you'll play each other in, play other teams like that in a 3v3 format. And you'll be playing the other player on the opposing team that's in the same format as you. So you're not going to play Premium against Standard. Doesn't work like that. It's basically what they did for Daivangasai, right? This year that I played. And it's quite interesting. I know a lot of Premium players aren't very happy with this because they just want to see everyone playing Premium for one day and a lot of people playing Standard the other day, like whatever, right? But I think this is kind of, if you want to think long-term, this might be the better way to go. Technically, Springfest, it doesn't really have that much on the line except to have fun. But it also means that you have a chance to get more players into the Premium format, right? What's going to happen here is some of the negatives are going to be like with a Tri-Regulation tournament is that one, right, if you have a bunch of people who only want to play Premium, only one player will have to be able to play it, which means you'll have to maybe either find other teams or just be forced to play the other formats. The other negative, I have to say, is that deck variety probably goes lower, right, when it comes to Premium. It's just play the best deck out of on each format and just take it with you, right? Just do that and hope for the best, right? That's probably what Tri-Regulation is going to be. But the plus sides for Tri-Regulation is actually quite interesting, is that, one, we had abysmal V turnouts, like, last year. So, last year we had this year technically, right? This year's Springfest, we had 3 formats. We had standard, V, and premium, and they were all team formats. But when V happened, generally it was pretty bad. Like the turnout for it was pretty low. And then you have the other issue where, like, if you're a standard only player, you literally have nothing else to do on the second day. You just go home. This at least gives you a chance to play, standard for 2 days, right? So if you're a standard player, which is generally a lot of the population, like basically a lot of old players do still play standard at some times, but then a bunch of new players only play standard, and that's how they build their teams. Like, oh, this is the standard team, let's do that. So they'll be able to play both days, which is nice. But I guess the unseen advantage of this would also be that you're exposing standard players to premium formats, which, especially for premium, right, is the long-term, like, ultra long, hard to enter, what everyone says, kind of thing. It's good because it exposes players to that, especially when they come from a standard format that has things like strides and all that. So that's a plus. You'll have like 2 kinds of standard players, right? Ones who will find other V premium and premium players and try to build a team with them, or they'll have their standard team and try to get 2 players to be playing the other premium formats, and that actually is pretty good. That gets people testing out the other formats, and that might lead to increased player counts for those formats, especially like premium, right? Down the line, right? They're making premium product. This is a good way to try and expose standard players to premium product. And because it is a team tournament, it does make people want to try harder in that way. They don't want to let the team down. That's why when you look at Springfest, generally they have a lot of turnout because everyone is like, bringing the third player that's like probably sleeping at home, wouldn't come to like BCS, but now they're forced to come because they don't want to let the team down. Likewise, they don't want to let the team down by playing poorly in Premium and V-Premium. So they're going to play those formats or test them out. And then, there we go. We have more players who have been playing these other formats. Down the line, we'll have a bigger kind of increase in participation for those, which justifies more product, more exposure, and just more like how do you call it? Just a healthier scene, right? So I'm technically willing to take the loss. Like, you might know me, right? I like playing premium. I also like playing V premium, but I'm willing to take the hit on having, maybe I'll be the one who's forced to play D for both days, while other players, my other teammates get to play other formats, just for the chance that just other players, right? There's more players that get into these premium formats, so we can just see more growth there as well. So let me know what you guys think on that, right? That it's kind of a I guess a touchy subject, right? Because again, if you like playing premium, you might not be able to play with your set team this season, but maybe it's for the community. Maybe sacrificed for the greater good. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. The next events that we're also getting are also quite interesting. So first up, we have the special tournament series. This is where you can only play with the release. Like, on release, you get to only play with like the set that gets released, and well, from here is the startup trial decks. So when Booster Pack 2 gets released, you can only probably play with those like ride lines from Booster Pack 2, etc., etc. They've been doing this in Japan quite a lot, and it's been quite successful there, I think. So just having this out like for English, I think is pretty good because it gives you more events to attend. And I mean, I think they've been doing this for Y Schwartz as well, but with some adjustments. So yeah, I think maybe like this is a good test to see how well this kind of format works, or this tournament will work, and if they need to adjust it later, then they can. But it does give you something to play for. It does maybe give some decks that are maybe underpowered in specific sets, will give them a chance to shine, and it does make you like feel good in spending money on product, because at least there's a tournament that you can play where you won't have to face Youthberg or like Mygo or something like that that's come out from a different set that's still like OP strong. So this is always nice. More tournaments is better. And they also announced something else, which is Vanguard Day. I think they did Vanguard Day in JP like probably, I think it was last year. I haven't heard much about it this year, but what they describe it as an ultra competitive event starting from May onwards. Champions get to walk away with exclusive playmats. Now, I do have to say, it's a bit weird saying it's an ultra competitive event, because the ultra competitive event is Worlds, and then after that is BCS qualifiers, and then probably after that is like Springfest, or regional level kind of ultra competitive events, right? This one is more at the shop level, so it's a bit hard to like call it ultra competitive, but it is at least another tournament that you can participate in, which we don't have now, right? The biggest problem we have right now is we have locals, and that is it. We have locals. Your shop might run a monthly event, but it's unofficial. And then after that is BCS or BRO or like BSF, right? There's nothing in between. So if we can get this kind of Vanguard Day tournaments happening more often, right? Then at least there is definitely something to play for, right? There's more things going on, more reason to buy cards. And I mean, like, champions get to walk away with exclusive playmats. We'll see what those playmats are. I think previous Vanguard Days or just previous, like, similar events were the ones where you got those, like, Sophie Bell mats, which is, like, really, really crazy cool. So if we get something similar to those, I think people will definitely, like, play. And at least it gives you something to do, right? That's the bare minimum. That is not locals. Locals, every week you go there, that's it. But at least this one, you sign up for it, take it a bit more serious. Hopefully it's on a weekend, not a weekday, because my locals are on weekdays and I can't join any of them. But if there is this thing, then I'll be happy to join, and might be able to win some pretty exclusive matches. So anything that will give you more tournaments like this, I think, is a net positive. This is basically what is kind of lacking in the entire life cycle of competitive Vanguard / generally in booster events. So this will at least kind of help fix that, and is always good to see. So let me know what you all think in the comments below. Do you like these updates? Is the dates good for at least the changes to the game? And what are you most looking for, right? Is try regulation cool? That's it for me. I'll see you all next time, all right? Bye.